Question number 7. Current in a discharging LR circuit is given by this relationship where tau is the time constant of the circuit. We need to find out the RMS current for this period t equal to tau. So in an LR circuit, you can find my video on this derivation of this formula, but we are already given that this is an LR circuit, something like a resistance and an inductance driven by some whatever voltage, and then this is the instantaneous value of the current flowing in this circuit. So I is given as I naught e to the power minus t divided by tau. I is varying, so we need to find out, so how do we find out the root mean square? What is root mean square? IRMS. Root mean square. To find the root mean square, first we find the square term. Let us say square is I, so we get I square is equal to I naught e to the power minus t divided by 2, and since divided by tau, this is 2t, this is I naught square because we have squared this term. Now we want to find the mean of this thing over the period of 0 to 2. So how do we do that? To find out I call it mean square. It will be equal to integral of I square dt from 0 to tau. That is the definition of the mean. This is equal to integral of 0 to tau I naught square e to the power of minus 2t divided by tau. And then if I take the square root of these things, this thing becomes IRMS, I root mean square. If you have difficulty in understanding this particular thing, how we are trying to find the mean using the integral, you have to consider non-integral thing. Let us say I have this is x-axis as time, and this is, let's say, your hours you spend on time on studying. Okay, so let's say in the first 2 days, here I am representing 2 days. 2 days, in first 2 days, you studied only 2 hours. And in the next 5 days, I make it like a thicker one to represent 5 days. Let's say in the next 5 days, you studied 4 hours. And if I ask you, what is your average study time, then what will you do? You will do 2 hours multiplied by 2 hours multiplied by 2 days plus 4 hours multiplied by 5 days, and then you will divide it by 2 plus 5 or 7 days, and this is how you will find the average. It is actually the weightage average of this thing. We are doing the exactly same thing. All we are trying to do is we are dividing this time period in very, very, very small times, and the sum of this time for which we are trying to find out this average is divided by tau minus 0. So this is divided by tau minus 0, something I had left earlier. And then what is this integral? This integral is nothing but this whole term multiplied by this small times. So I hope this makes clear the definition of the mean square. And then to find out the mean square, all you need to do is integrate this thing. I naught square is constant, which comes out I naught square. This tau comes out. Tau, let's keep it inside. To integrate these things, we have e to the power minus 2t by tau. Keep dt here, it becomes e to the power minus 2t divided by tau divided by e to the power minus 2t by tau. Now this thing becomes equal to divided by minus 2 by tau multiplied by this tau, which cancels out, and then we have to find it from 0 to tau. So this thing becomes I naught square, and then 2 comes outside divided by 2. If you keep t equal to tau, this becomes minus here, minus e to the power minus 2. And if you put 0, e to the power 0 is 1, and minus plus, this becomes plus 1. If you want, so this is the value of I mean square. Now what is I root mean square? Will be equal to the square root of whole thing. So this becomes I naught square root of 1 minus e to the power minus 2 divided by 2. That is your answer. If you want, you can simplify it a little bit like this, square root of, this is 1 upon e square, and this becomes e square minus 1 divided by 2e square, or I naught divided by e square root of e square minus 1 divided by 2. And this is something you can verify from its answer here. Answer number 7. Right here. I naught by E square minus 1 by 2.